and we're visiting with Lindsey Ellis, head coach of the Arizona State Sun Devils in our first annual Women's of Hockey Week here in Arizona. Lindsey, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Lindsey, as we talk about women's hockey, you've had a lot of experience growing up here in Arizona, playing college hockey away from here. So let's just talk about women in hockey and you specifically, about how you got started and what made you fall in love with this game.
Yeah, I started, I was in gymnastics and volleyball, nothing on the hockey side, and my brother had always played hockey, and I was dragged to the rink every weekend, every night for my brother's practices and games, and it got to the point where I was sick of sitting around, so I wanted to play too. So I started out with roller hockey at Rollerplex. It's not called that anymore, but and then I moved over to Arizona Sports Complex, which is actually not even a hockey complex anymore, and I played Mission roller hockey. And then I made my switch over to ice, where I played for the Roadrunners, which isn't a program anymore either. And then I switched over to girls hockey at 16 years old, where I played for the Vosha Lady Coyotes under Gail Shalhoub.
And then you left from here and you went to where?
Yes, and then I left from here and then I went to Miami, Ohio.
And Miami, Ohio. Tell me a little bit about that program. You and I have talked off camera about it, but I don't think people realize what the commitment was to play hockey at Miami, Ohio. But tell us some more about the days there.
Yeah, especially going into Miami, playing at Goggin, it has so much history for the men's, and especially, most people also don't know, but they have 3 synchronized skating teams who are like 10-time world champions. So the ice sports at Miami are absolutely phenomenal. So going in as a brand new women's program, you have so much pressure, and that's it made us work that much harder to get to that level with them. So I remember my first year, and we went to Yost at University of Michigan, and it was when they still had the wood bleachers, and it was, playing in that arena, first of all, was crazy, but then the background music of our game was pretty much their fight song, and pretty much after that season we were like, we have to do something. So my sophomore year, we worked harder, we made it to playoffs, and we just missed that cut. And then my junior year, we finally made it to the national tournament, and we actually won that year, which was incredible. There's not really many words to say about winning a national championship with your best friends. But then my senior year, we went to the national tournament again. We made it to the national championship again. Unfortunately, we lost that game, but the whole experience was just something I'll never forget, and it had such an impact on my life. You
and I talked also a little bit about what it was like to practice there and the hours that you had to go to find ice time. So tell people what it's like as a women's hockey player to find ice time. You're not doing the 10 o'clock in the morning or the 3 o'clock in the afternoon, are you?
Yeah, no, definitely not. It's a lot like our girls' schedule here. It's we practice at 6:30 a.m. and then we went right to class after. So, it wasn't fun for me, especially being from Arizona, waking up and it's 2 degrees and snowing outside. But, we made it work, and it was so much fun. And it was definitely difficult, but we made the most of it.
So you take that experience as a player in Miami, Ohio, and you come here and you start a whole new program last year from scratch. How much was that experience used in assessing how you would start this program?
It was definitely used. I would definitely say it was used as a base model for our program here, and it's a lot harder. I have so much respect for my coaches at Miami, and I still talk to them regularly, and the men's coaches at Miami as well, and they still guide me, and it's so great to have Greg Powers, especially here, to guide me as well. So I have all that support and everything, but it's it's quite the process.
So you got this season under your belt. If people don't know, you are the head coach here and the person that does basically everything. I guess we call you head coach and general manager, don't we?
Yes.
You have both roles. So let's talk about women in hockey, specifically in Arizona, and the growth that you've seen with the program at the youth level all the way up, and what they can expect from Arizona State hockey.
Yeah, so there's a lot of little girls coming into the game now, and I see them a lot more playing boys hockey. When I was little, there was a program called the Arizona Selects. That's obviously not here anymore, but now we have the She-Wolves and the Lady Coyotes are back again, and you know, all these different youth programs are so welcoming to girls hockey players now. You know, whereas when I was playing, there was maybe 2 other girls at the time, and now you look at a Bantam team and half the team has ponytails. So it's, I mean, it's so cool to see, and I hope that you know, we can be a role model for that, and we're trying to get our girls more in the community and out there, and you know, get them associated more with us. And you know, especially with the youth camp, we already have all these little girls signed up and excited to come and, you know, skate with our girls and learn from them. So you know, we're starting at the grassroots and then bringing that up to us.
We're going to touch a little bit about not Arizona, but I know there's a couple of big stories that happened over the last month.
Yes.
One of them is the loss of the program at the University of North Dakota, which to me was as stunning as anything. I don't know how much you know about it, but tell us a little bit about what your feelings are about seeing a historic program like that go by the wayside.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, especially for such a program like that has so much going for them. I had met Monique Lamoureux earlier this year, actually, and she, you know, she's so proud to be an alumni of North Dakota, and it's very unfortunate to see that those girls can't wear that jersey anymore and can't compete for that university anymore.
So we see that program going by the way in budget cuts, but yet we see Grand Canyon across the city here adding a program to compete with you guys, which
Yes.
I'm sure is going to be not only a great rivalry, but an opportunity as well to play some more games locally, right?
Yes, it definitely helps getting games. It also helps us being a second-year program, bringing more programs in here and more teams calling us and wanting to play us. But especially having them here, it just shows the legitimacy of the growth of hockey in general in Arizona.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about women's hockey and talk about the national team and the struggles that they had and ultimately the win that they had. And
Yes.
Talk a little bit about what you know about that situation and how you feel about it ending the way it did.
Yeah, I don't know much about all the major details. I just kind of know the gist of everything. But, you know, obviously they won, and they're playing phenomenal right now at the tournament. I mean, they're crushing teams right now, and both of their goalies got to play in one of those games, 2 of the beginning games, and both of them had a shutout. So, I mean, obviously those girls came out with fire. I mean, they are playing, and obviously it shows that they are the national team, and no one else can compete with them.
How much does it help when the men's team stands up and says, we need to support you guys. You guys need to get equal rights and things like that. So how much does that mean, and what kind of influence does that say they have in pushing women's hockey? Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely it's a huge relief almost, I could say. You know, probably 20 years ago, that wouldn't have happened.
Right.
So especially now with the growth and having these elite athletes that can compete just as well as some of these NHL men. I mean, Hillary Knight herself gets invited to NHL camps all the time. So, you know, having them back them, it just shows, you know, how small the hockey community is and what a hockey family we all really are.
And I know your goal is obviously to get ASU's program not only on the map, but take it to a national level and get to some national tournaments. So
Yes.
When you look into your crystal ball as a coach here at ASU, what do you think is reality as far as getting that team into a national tournament and ultimately competing for a title?
Yeah, I think by the 4th year is a very good year for us to take you know, our game to another level and make that national tournament. If it happens sooner than that, that's awesome, but we're really planning for the 4th year. So right now it's really getting that bid for playoffs and then competing in playoffs and then competing the whole entire regular season. So we do have a long way to go, but this group this year has so much passion and love for the game that, you know, they're a great core group to build off of.
As we talk today, people will notice in the background we're at Oceanside, a place where you play your home games.
Yes.
But also the talk has been hockey arenas, not only from the Coyotes having
Yes.
to look for or wanting to look for a new site, and I know talk for the men's team here, the NCAA team is looking for a new arena. So how important is it that we get some more arenas going here in Arizona to continue to grow?
I think it'll definitely take hockey to the next level. I mean, especially from me going in and playing at an arena like Goggin at Miami, that will take especially the men's program here at ASU just a whole nother level. There's something special about a college arena that you can't get anywhere else.
Right.
And we don't have that in Phoenix yet. So, once they build their arena, that's going to take them to a whole nother level, but also us. The girls will see what they can play for and what they can do. So.
Final question for Women's Hockey Week for you is, obviously we look at the Coyotes, we look at the new team coming in Las Vegas, but how important is their success to your success?
It's definitely a key factor in what we do. For example, if they were to leave the state, that would be a huge detriment to all of hockey in Arizona. Keeping them here, getting this arena deal that works out for the long run and things like that, it's a testament to hockey in all of Arizona. And, they have owners that are working to get this all done and do it the right way. So that's very good to see and very positive. So hopefully it'll be a good outcome.
Lindsey, I thank you again for your time. Appreciate you spending some time with us on Women's Week here in Phoenix.
Thank you.